She married him only because she had no choice, and for months, she treated him like a stranger. But the night she discovered the truth about the quiet man she ignored, everything in her world changed forever. Please subscribe Black Inside 2.0 for more interesting stories. The mansion was quiet that night, too quiet for a newly married couple. Ariana pressed the pillow tightly against her chest as she slipped out of the master bedroom, her silk pajamas brushing softly against the cold floor. Behind her, Marcus, her arranged husband, stood at the foot of the four-poster bed, watching her walk away without saying a word. He was calm, reserved, almost unreadable, and she was tired of the pressure, the expectations, and the life that never felt like hers. Ariana and Marcus had married only because both of their powerful families insisted. She grew up in wealth, every step planned for her. Marcus was the son of an old family friend who had built a quiet empire of his own, but Ariana only saw a stranger she barely knew. So she refused the marriage emotionally, even though it was already sealed on paper. She slept in the guest room. She avoided dinners. She avoided conversations. Marcus never complained. He never raised his voice. He simply respected her space, even if it hurt. The silent distance. Ariana shut the guest room door behind her and leaned against it. She felt guilty, but she couldn't help it. She had built walls so high that even she couldn't see over them. Every time she saw Marcus, strong, poised, patient, she felt a mix of confusion and frustration. Why didn't he argue? Why didn't he demand attention like most men she knew? Instead, he was simply kind, and somehow that kindness made her feel even worse. Late at night, she would hear him walking through the halls, quietly checking windows, switching off lights, making sure the house felt safe. Sometimes she would peek through her door and see him sitting alone at the dining table, reading documents, his shoulders heavy with exhaustion. But he never once knocked on her door, not even on nights when he looked like the world was burning him out. A crack in her wall. One morning, Ariana woke early and entered the kitchen to get water. And she froze. Marcus was there, still in his dress shirt from the night before, leaning against the counter, completely drained. He hadn't slept. Under his calmness, there was pain. A silent one. "Did you stay up all night?" she asked softly. He straightened and offered a gentle smile. "It happens. Work." His voice was deep but warm, almost comforting. She nodded awkwardly, not knowing what else to say. But his tired eyes stayed in her mind all day. For the first time, she wondered, what kind of life was he silently carrying? The truth she never expected. A week later, Ariana's father invited her to a charity event hosted by Marcus's foundation. She didn't know Marcus had a foundation. When she arrived, she was shocked. Photos lined the walls, children smiling, families reunited, communities rebuilt. Marcus wasn't just wealthy. He dedicated his life to supporting youth who had grown up without guidance. He paid for scholarships, opened training centers, and funded shelters. Standing at the center of it all was Marcus, speaking softly to guests, not trying to impress anyone, just trying to help. But the most surprising moment came when Ariana overheard two workers talking. Marcus paid for all this from his personal savings. "I heard he grew up in a difficult environment. That's why he works so hard." Ariana froze. Difficult environment. Her chest tightened. Suddenly the quiet man she avoided wasn't a stranger. He was someone who had climbed mountains she never even knew existed. Someone who respected her boundaries, even when they hurt him. Someone who cared deeply, maybe too deeply. The night everything changed. When they returned home, Ariana couldn't stop watching him. The way he loosened his tie. The way he sighed as if he carried the world. The way he tried, so hard, to not disturb her. "Marcus," she said quietly. He turned, surprised. She rarely spoke first. "Yes," she swallowed, nervous. "Why didn't you ever tell me about your work? About your life?" He looked away. "It didn't feel right to burden you. You didn't choose this marriage. I didn't want to push myself into your world." Her throat tightened. "You never burdened me." He finally met her eyes, and for the first time, she saw it. The emotion he had been hiding. The hurt she had caused. The love he had never dared to express. "Ariana," he whispered, "I respect you. Even if you never want me, I will still protect you. I'll always give you space." Her breath caught. No one had ever loved her that selflessly. A new beginning. The next night, Ariana didn't go to the guest room. She stood at the master bedroom door, pillow in hand, heart pounding. Marcus looked up, confused. "Ariana, are you all right?" She nodded, trying not to cry. "Can I stay here tonight?" His expression softened slowly, like sunrise breaking over a dark ocean. "You don't need to ask," he said gently. "This is your home too." She stepped inside. For the first time, the room felt warm. For the first time, the bed didn't feel like a battlefield. She placed her pillow down beside his and whispered, "Marcus, thank you, for your patience, for your kindness, for not giving up on me." He exhaled, relief, gratitude, hope. "Thank you for coming back," he replied. And that night, for the first time since their marriage began, they fell asleep side by side, not as strangers, but as two hearts finally learning to love.